Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 21st to the 27th, 2024 reading for you. Ooh, this one right here. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people, which gets this message of spirit out to more. So thank you so much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It is located in the description box below, the link. So I look forward to reading for you. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels, oh goodness, and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels, and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. Fantastic. Okay. So we are crowned here by the card that was flipped over in the deck, and this is the Magician. I love it. I love this for you. So the Magician is as above, so below. As you believe it, so it becomes. And this is standing before your altar of your existence, saying, "This is me. These are my gifts. These are my talents. This is what I want. This is how I'm moving forward. This is me." And just being confident and assured and tenacious and beautiful. I love this. I love this. I love this for you. It moves us then to the Eight of Pentacles reversed. This week is probably not a work week, okay? So even if you do have to go to work, you know, be kind to yourself during this time. We can get very caught up in the details of things during this week, so just be mindful about that. We might need somebody to help us step back and look at the bigger picture, and that will be in everything that we do for this week. It's like in anything that we're creating, anything that we're putting our time and our effort in, we get so frustrated and be like, "Oh my gosh, this isn't working." And we go and we talk to somebody and they'll be like, "Well, why don't you just like, turn the switch or, do this?" Or it's going to be something so little that we're going to look at them and be like, "Oh, well, you know what? I hate you." Like, dude, how did you see this? So just being aware of that. And I mean it in the most loving, caring, teasing way, that we'll look at them and be like, "Oh my gosh," but they'll help us solve a problem. So be aware of that. I just need a sip of water. It then moves us to the Ace of Cups reverse. Now we have the Magician, which means that we take all the gifts that come our way. And with the Eight of Cups reversed, for one reason or another, we're afraid to really open up our hearts and really let in our emotions. So that is going to be a very important thing to see during this time, that we're like, I'm going to close off my heart just a bit, like feeling everything, connecting with everything. It's just a little bit too much. So during this time, just know that there's an apprehension, because we really feel like, if I really start connecting with my heart, well then, or I really start connecting with my emotions, I'll start to cry. And I don't want to cry. So just be aware of this during this time. We don't have to cry, you know, but just knowing that there's a healing, beautiful gift around us, but it's going to make us feel things more intensely. And we have to say to ourselves, what are we afraid of feeling? And it moves us to the Seven of Pentacles. We're not going to be very patient during this time at all. With the Nine of Cups, we can feel like, oh, interesting. We can feel like people don't come to the table to celebrate us. So just being mindful about this during this time, like make sure that you celebrate you, Libra, because that's going to be really important. It's not egotistical. It's not like narcissistic. It's like, no, I'm doing a really good job. Yay me type of thing. We are also going to have a cross our fingers wish that doesn't necessarily come true. And that can make us feel really bummed and then question, how am I moving forward? What is it that I really want? It then brings us to the Queen of Swords. This is us. We are represented by the swords in the minor arcana. We are cutting through doubts and fears and negativity. We are embracing the strength of our voice and the power of ourselves. And as we do so, we start to see ourselves more openly, more honestly. But we're also going to start to see, like, and be real with ourselves. Like, the Queen of Swords is the most masculine of all the queens, which means that sometimes she gets a really bad rap because people want her all to be one way or all to be another way. But she knows what it takes to fight. She guards her mind, right? She has the chainmail over her neck and over her head. She guards her mind, she guards her words. And people can feel during this time, but people can feel, Libra, you're aloof. And it's like you're not aloof. You're an air sign energy, right? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All can have the same things told to them. You're aloof because you're taking it in, because you're weighing things. You're looking at things. You're gaining a greater understanding. And as you do so, you look at your voice very differently than others do. So just being mindful about this, and also being mindful that the sword is the only weapon in the tarot. You are forged. You are literally put into the fires and then beaten into the shape that, that the sword is. So that's desired. So just being aware of this during this time, that that's part of your journey, is that forging, is that tenacity, is that brilliance, is that intensity moving you forward. You're cutting through a lot of doubts and fears during this time, but we can get to be a little bit too logical, a little bit too practical, a little bit too like just say it as it is. So do be mindful about that as well. That's always something to be mindful of with the Queen of Swords, because as beautiful and powerful and tenacious as she is, she can also be just a little bit too blunt at times. And it can even be for ourselves. We can be a little bit too blunt with ourselves. We can be cutting and hurtful and rude at times. And it's like, whoa, what the heck? I'm supposed to love me. So just be aware of that. It moves us then to our spirit message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the owl. It says your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. I love that. I love that for you. Listen to your intuition, listen to your inner wisdom, and open up that door. It moves us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the universal light. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. We're having a little bit of difficulty letting the universal light shine down on us. There's a bit of a blockage there. So just being aware of this, letting ourselves connect with the universe, letting ourselves visualize the light just like seeping into our pores, healing us, grounding us. That's going to be really important. And again, it's that sense of feeling overwhelmed. It's like, if I let this universal light in, if I let this energy in, I'll start to cry. I'll start to be overwhelmed. Things will start to be too much. And Spirit's like, no, you're okay. And even if you do cry, which I just know that for somebody listening, it's like, I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. But if you do, it's not a bad thing. You might think, I won't stop. But you will. And you will heal. And sometimes we need to let out the emotions that we're holding in so tightly. Because by letting them out, we free ourselves. And you are born to be free. You're an air sign energy. You're born to fly. Like, that's just who you are. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is the 3 of Cups. Be mindful of people who say they celebrate you, but really don't. So just be mindful during this time. It's kind of like, trust everyone, but brand your cattle type of thing. Be mindful of people who raise their glass to you. Oh my gosh, we're so best friends. I love you so much. They don't. They don't. And I'm not saying this to make us paranoid and say, oh my gosh, who can I trust? Just, you'll know. Or you'll think like, oh, I'm making something out of nothing. Oh, they really are my friends. Oh, they really have my best interest. It's like, no, they have their best interest. And as long as you align with their best interest, that's fine. But as soon as you don't, they'll be on to the next. So being aware of this is super important. Oh, and I forgot to say, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a sun in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So hit the bell notification. Stand in your magic. Stand in your magic. Yes, this can be a time where we get too caught up in the details of things, where we can like not really have the enthusiasm for work, for everything that's demanded of us. Will we do it? Absolutely. We're going to go into work no matter what, right? But here it's going to be very important to really look at ourselves and say, okay, don't get caught up in the details. When we hit a roadblock, go and talk to somebody else. And somebody who might have no idea, what the heck's going on here. But that's going to be really important to have us gain insight and gain understanding. We need to let our emotions in. The Ace of Cups, like once we take this gift, and it really is one of the most powerful gifts we can have. Once we take this gift, once we lighten our hearts, once we let the emotions in, all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can do this. And now we won't take it till we're ready. There are plenty of times, in my life where I know I have to release certain emotions that I have in me, but it's not time yet. So just know that this is your friendly reminder. But here, embracing your heart, embracing what you love, letting your cup runneth over, but also knowing that it might be on a time out right now, but your cup will be running over. You will be surrounded by blessings. And we might have to change the way we look at blessings, because a lot of times we think, oh, I'm going to accumulate, I'm going to have more and more and more. And Spirit's like, you know what? Look and value what it is that's really sacred to you, and have that. And that's going to be really important as well. We're not going to be patient. We're going to have to be patient. We're not going to want to. So just be mindful about this as well. We're going to have this impatient bug around us. There's a wish that we have that isn't necessarily going to be granted. It's not a bad thing, but we feel like it's a bad thing right now. Just be aware of this. We could also feel like people aren't coming to the table to celebrate me. And that's something to be mindful of, because you need to come to the table to celebrate yourself. And that's going to be really important during this time, because then the people will come. And just be mindful for like fair weather friends. The Queen of Swords, tenacity, determination, focus. You have it all. You have this ability to achieve and succeed and to move forward. And Spirit is saying utilize it. Cut through the doubts and the fears and the negativities, the hurts, the pains, the disappointments. Claim your voice. See that you've been forged. See what you've been working so hard towards. Also, a sword, you don't just pick it up and like, oh, I can do this. Like some people can pick up musical instruments and be like, oh, I got this. Most people aren't savants when it comes to the sword. They might be, but most people aren't. So here, just being aware of that. And also just being aware that most people aren't savants, period. Like we think, oh my gosh, they came to this naturally. And they're like, my gosh, I've been practicing every day for hours and hours since I was 5, So there's a difference between our perception and the reality of it all, or what we see and the reality of it all. So being aware of that and just embracing your voice, embracing your strength, that is important as well. And your freedom. Our subconscious spirit message is the white eagle. The connection to divine guidance is within you, and it most definitely is. You have a beautiful connection as well with Virgo energy, who also had the white eagle come forward. It moves us then to our chakra message, which is meditate, which is the crown chakra. This is reversed. So we have a crown chakra blockage, tapping the top of our head, which sounds silly, but feels fantastic. I highly recommend it. Doing it now, or running our fingers through our hair, very beneficial to grounding ourselves and opening up our crown chakra. And this can help balance, even the way that we hear the world, because if our crown chakra is out of balance, it's like the world just becomes a little bit too intense. So just be aware of that. We need to meditate. Are we going to want to meditate? No, not really. But we can sneakily meditate, like knitting or crocheting or painting or going for a walk or doing something. Like you don't necessarily have to have something playing in your ears, but letting yourself just, movement escapism through is a form of meditation, right? It can be washing the dishes. Don't play something in your ears and just let yourself be in the moment. And you might need to do something with your hands, right? And so there you go. You can knit, you can crochet, you can, you can whittle, all those things that put you in the moment and put you in your body. That's fantastic. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. This is the Ace of Wands. It's very interesting to be mindful of the Ace of Wands because aces are gift cards. So there's a gift that's coming your way about fire, about passion, about intensity. I see this as just being a little bit too intense, a little bit too much. So just being aware of that, but also like it needs to align with what you want from your life. And that's going to be important. It moves us then to the king of all the cards, right? the emperor, the king of the whole entire tarot. And the emperor is Aries energy. March 21st to April 19th is the time frame. Tenacity, determination, focus, fire, really moving forward in that presence is going to be fantastic. And also connecting with our sacred masculine energy, our sacred self. It's moving forward in love, but also tenacity and brilliance. And it's also moving away from tyrant energy that we have no time for anymore. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always... Oh, wait. There's a patriarch of the family who has passed, who wants you to know, like, I'm right there with you. I'm standing right there with you. We've got this. Like, seriously. So you're like, how am I going to handle all of this? They're like, I'm here with you. We've got this. Okay. Now, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.